What if entire ecosystems collapse silently without biodiversity, changing life on Earth forever in unimaginable ways? Biodiversity is not just nature's beauty, it is the foundation of life. Sustaining every ecosystem globally, without diverse species, ecosystems weaken, lose balance, and struggle to support essential natural processes over time. Forests, oceans, and grasslands depend on countless organisms working together in perfect natural harmony for survival. Every species, no matter how small, plays a critical role in maintaining ecological stability and resilience. From microscopic bacteria to large predators, biodiversity ensures food chains remain strong, balanced, and functional. Healthy ecosystems provide clean air, fresh water, fertile soil, and natural protection against environmental disasters worldwide. When biodiversity decreases, ecosystems become fragile, making them more vulnerable to disease outbreaks and collapse. Pollination, nutrient cycling, and climate regulation all depend heavily on maintaining rich biodiversity in nature. Even human survival is directly connected to the health and diversity of global natural ecosystems. Loss of biodiversity disrupts ecological balance, leading to unpredictable consequences that affect both nature and humanity. Scientists warn that accelerating biodiversity loss could trigger irreversible damage to Earth's life support systems. Protecting biodiversity means protecting ourselves, as human life depends on stable and functioning ecosystems worldwide. Ecosystems with high biodiversity recover faster from natural disturbances like fires, floods, and storms events. Each species contributes uniquely, ensuring ecosystems remain adaptable in changing environmental conditions over long periods. Conservation efforts are essential to protect biodiversity and maintain the natural balance of life on Earth. Without biodiversity, ecosystems lose resilience, making recovery from environmental stress nearly impossible for nature in many cases. Marine biodiversity supports fisheries, regulates ocean health, and sustains livelihoods for millions of people worldwide. Healthy soils depend on microorganisms, fungi, and insects that recycle nutrients and support plant growth. Biodiversity also provides medicines, with many life-saving drugs derived from plants and microorganisms in nature. Loss of species reduces genetic diversity, making ecosystems less adaptable to future environmental changes over time. Biodiversity ensures natural pest control, reducing the need for harmful chemical pesticides in agriculture systems. Forests with rich biodiversity store more carbon, helping mitigate the effects of climate change globally. Ecological balance depends on predator and prey relationships that maintain population control in ecosystems naturally. When biodiversity thrives, ecosystems become more productive, stable, and capable of supporting diverse life forms. Insects, birds, and animals all contribute to seed dispersal, ensuring forest regeneration and growth processes. Biodiversity loss often begins silently, with small changes that eventually lead to major ecosystem collapse. Protected areas like national parks help preserve biodiversity and safeguard endangered species from extinction pressures. Climate stability is closely linked to biodiversity, as ecosystems regulate temperature and atmospheric conditions naturally. Human activities such as deforestation and pollution are major threats to global biodiversity today worldwide. Protecting biodiversity requires global cooperation, strong policies, and awareness among communities everywhere for sustainable future. Wetlands are biodiversity hotspots that support countless species and help regulate water quality naturally systems. Biodiversity also supports cultural values, traditions, and livelihoods of indigenous communities across the world regions. Loss of pollinators like bees directly threatens food production and global agricultural stability systems severely. Each ecosystem functions like a complex web, where every species is interconnected and essential for survival. Reforestation efforts help restore biodiversity and rebuild ecosystems that have been damaged over time naturally. Biodiversity loss can trigger chain reactions, affecting food webs and ecosystem stability worldwide severely over time. Healthy biodiversity ensures ecosystems can recover quickly after natural disasters and environmental shocks efficiently over time. Marine ecosystems like coral reefs are among the most biodiverse and fragile environments on Earth. Biodiversity supports oxygen production through plants, algae, and marine organisms in various ecosystems around the world. Without biodiversity, nutrient cycles break down, leading to poor soil fertility and ecosystem decline rapidly. Ecological resilience depends on biodiversity, allowing ecosystems to adapt to how can invisible changes in biodiversity slowly reshape entire ecosystems without us noticing until it is too late. Biodiversity influences every layer of life, from soil organisms to towering trees in complex natural systems. When species disappear, ecosystems begin to lose essential functions that keep nature balanced and stable. Each plant and animal contributes uniquely to energy flow and nutrient cycling in the environment. Forest ecosystems rely on countless interactions between species to maintain long-term ecological health and productivity. Biodiversity acts like nature's safety net, ensuring ecosystems continue functioning even during environmental disturbances. Pollinators such as bees and butterflies are essential for plant reproduction and global food security systems. Without them, many crops would fail, leading to serious consequences for human survival and agriculture systems. Microorganisms in soil break down organic matter, enriching the earth and supporting plant growth continuously. Healthy ecosystems depend on these unseen processes that maintain fertility and ecological balance over time. Biodiversity also helps regulate climate by storing carbon in forests, wetlands, and marine ecosystems globally. Trees absorb carbon dioxide, reducing greenhouse gases and helping stabilize Earth's changing climate conditions naturally. Oceans with rich biodiversity absorb heat and carbon, protecting the planet from extreme climate shifts. Coral reefs, though fragile, support thousands of marine species and protect coastlines from erosion effects. Every species in a reef ecosystem contributes to its survival and structural complexity over time. Biodiversity ensures food chains remain stable, preventing overpopulation or collapse of certain species populations naturally. Predators maintain balance by controlling prey populations, supporting ecosystem stability and preventing resource depletion issues. When predators disappear, ecosystems become unbalanced, leading to unexpected and often harmful environmental consequences. Biodiversity loss reduces ecosystem resilience, making recovery from disasters slower and more difficult for nature. Diverse ecosystems recover faster because multiple species support regeneration and ecological rebuilding processes naturally over time. Wetlands filter water naturally, improving quality while supporting a wide range of plant and animal life. These ecosystems act as natural purification systems that benefit both wildlife and human populations significantly. Biodiversity also supports medicinal discoveries, as many treatments originate from plants and microorganisms in nature. Scientists continue exploring ecosystems to find new compounds that could treat diseases and save lives. Genetic diversity within species increases their ability to adapt to environmental changes and survive threats. Without genetic variation, species become more vulnerable to extinction caused by disease or climate change. Ecosystems with high biodiversity are more productive and capable of sustaining larger populations of organisms. Agricultural systems also benefit from biodiversity through natural pest control and improved soil health. Monoculture farming reduces biodiversity, making crops more vulnerable to pests and environmental stress conditions. Sustainable farming practices help restore biodiversity and improve long-term agricultural productivity worldwide effectively. Biodiversity ensures natural cycles like decomposition and nutrient recycling continue functioning efficiently in ecosystems. These cycles are essential for maintaining soil fertility and supporting plant life across environments globally. Birds play an important role in seed dispersal, helping forests regenerate and expand naturally over time. Without them, many plant species would struggle to spread and survive in different habitats effectively. Biodiversity also supports freshwater systems, ensuring rivers and lakes remain clean and ecologically balanced. Aquatic plants and animals work together to maintain oxygen levels and water quality naturally systems. Loss of biodiversity can lead to algae overgrowth, polluting water, and harming aquatic life severely. Healthy ecosystems depend on balance, where no single species dominates or disrupts natural processes excessively. Biodiversity helps maintain this balance through complex interactions among organisms in every environment worldwide. Climate change impacts are reduced in ecosystems with high biodiversity due to increased resilience factors. Forests rich in species diversity are better at withstanding droughts, fires, and extreme weather events. Each species contributes to ecosystem stability in ways that are often interconnected and deeply dependent. Biodiversity loss weakens these connections, making ecosystems fragile and less capable of sustaining life. Conservation efforts aim to protect endangered species and restore ecological balance in damaged environments. What happens when a single species disappears and silently triggers a chain reaction across an entire ecosystem? Biodiversity ensures that ecosystems remain stable even when environmental conditions suddenly change without warning. Each species contributes to a delicate balance that keeps natural systems functioning smoothly over time. In forests, animals, plants, fungi, and microbes all interact in ways that sustain life continuously. These interactions create networks of dependence that make ecosystems both complex and resilient in nature. When biodiversity is strong, ecosystems can better absorb shocks like storms, droughts, and floods. However, when biodiversity declines, even small disturbances can lead to major ecological disruptions quickly. Food webs depend on multiple species working together to transfer energy through ecosystems efficiently. Removing one species can affect many others, showing how deeply interconnected all life truly is. Biodiversity acts as a buffer that prevents ecosystems from collapsing under environmental pressure over time. Insects play a crucial role in decomposition, breaking down organic matter and recycling nutrients into soil. Without them, ecosystems would struggle to maintain fertile ground for plant growth and survival. Birds help control insect populations, preventing overgrowth and maintaining ecological balance in natural habitats. Every species has a function, even those that seem small or insignificant at first glance. Biodiversity also supports oxygen production through plants and algae that sustain life on Earth globally. Oceans rich in biodiversity regulate carbon cycles and help control global climate patterns effectively. Coral reefs provide shelter for marine species while also protecting coastlines from wave damage. These ecosystems are among the most productive and biologically diverse areas on the planet. Biodiversity increases ecosystem productivity by ensuring that resources are used efficiently by multiple species. Different species utilize different resources, reducing competition and improving overall ecosystem stability naturally. Genetic diversity within species helps populations survive diseases, environmental changes, and other survival challenges. Without genetic variation, species become weaker and more vulnerable to extinction over time. Biodiversity ensures that ecosystems can adapt to long-term changes in climate and environmental conditions. Wetlands filter pollutants and improve water quality while supporting a wide range of species. These ecosystems act as natural purification systems essential for environmental health and stability. Loss of biodiversity disrupts these natural services, leading to degraded ecosystems and polluted environments. Agricultural systems depend heavily on biodiversity for pollination, pest control, and soil fertility maintenance. Monocultures reduce biodiversity and increase the risk of crop failure and pest outbreaks. Healthy biodiversity in farming systems ensures more sustainable and productive food supply chains globally. Forest biodiversity supports carbon storage, helping reduce the effects of global warming and climate change. Trees, plants, and soil organisms all work together to maintain ecological balance in forests. Biodiversity also supports freshwater ecosystems by maintaining oxygen levels and water quality naturally. Rivers and lakes depend on aquatic species to maintain clean and balanced water systems. When biodiversity declines, water ecosystems become unstable and more prone to pollution and collapse. Predators help regulate prey populations, ensuring ecosystems remain balanced and resources are not depleted. Without predators, certain species may overpopulate, leading to environmental degradation and resource shortages. Biodiversity ensures that ecosystems remain self-regulating and capable of maintaining natural equilibrium. Each organism plays a role in nutrient cycling, energy flow, and ecosystem maintenance processes. Microorganisms in soil are essential for breaking down waste and supporting plant nutrient absorption. These hidden processes are vital for sustaining life, even though they are often overlooked. Biodiversity also contributes to ecosystem resilience during natural disasters and environmental disturbances globally. Diverse ecosystems recover faster because multiple species support regeneration and ecological restoration processes. Loss of biodiversity weakens these recovery systems, making ecosystems more fragile and unstable over time. Conservation efforts aim to protect species and restore ecological balance in damaged environments worldwide. Protected areas allow biodiversity to thrive without human interference or destructive environmental pressures. Education plays a key role in raising awareness about the importance of biodiversity conservation. Can ecosystems survive when their biological diversity is slowly stripped away without immediate visible warning signs? Biodiversity ensures that ecosystems remain adaptable, functional, and capable of supporting life under changing conditions. Every organism contributes to maintaining balance within complex ecological systems across the planet. When biodiversity is rich, ecosystems become stronger and more resistant to environmental stress and disruption. Species interactions form intricate relationships that sustain energy flow and nutrient cycling in nature. These relationships create stability that allows ecosystems to function smoothly over long periods of time. Without biodiversity, ecosystems lose their ability to self-regulate and maintain natural equilibrium effectively. Forests depend on a wide range of species that contribute to growth, decay, and regeneration cycles. Plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms all work together to sustain forest health and productivity. This interconnected system ensures that resources are continuously recycled and reused within ecosystems efficiently. Biodiversity also supports pollination, which is essential for plant reproduction and global food production systems. Bees, butterflies, and other pollinators play a vital role in maintaining agricultural sustainability worldwide. Without them, many crops would fail, leading to food shortages and economic instability globally. Soil biodiversity is equally important, as microorganisms help decompose organic matter and enrich the soil. Healthy soil ecosystems support strong plant growth and maintain agricultural productivity over time naturally. Biodiversity contributes to climate regulation by controlling carbon levels in forests and oceans effectively. Plants absorb carbon dioxide, reducing greenhouse gases and helping stabilize global temperatures over time. Ocean biodiversity plays a key role in absorbing heat and regulating Earth's climate systems. Coral reefs provide shelter for marine life and protect coastal regions from erosion and storms. These ecosystems are highly sensitive, making biodiversity loss particularly dangerous for marine environments globally. Each species in an ecosystem has a specific role that supports overall ecological balance naturally. Removing even one species can disrupt food chains and affect multiple organisms across ecosystems. Biodiversity ensures redundancy, meaning multiple species can perform similar ecological functions if one is lost. This redundancy increases ecosystem resilience and helps prevent collapse during environmental disturbances. Genetic diversity within species strengthens their ability to adapt to diseases and climate change. Without genetic variation, populations become vulnerable and may struggle to survive environmental pressures. Biodiversity also enhances ecosystem productivity by maximizing resource utilization among different species. Different organisms use different resources, reducing competition and improving overall ecosystem efficiency. Wetlands are rich in biodiversity and play a crucial role in water purification and flood control. These ecosystems support a wide range of species while also protecting human communities from disasters. Biodiversity in wetlands helps maintain water quality and supports aquatic life systems naturally. Rivers and lakes depend on balanced ecosystems to remain clean, healthy, and biologically active. Loss of biodiversity in aquatic systems can lead to pollution and oxygen depletion problems. Marine biodiversity supports fisheries, which provide food and livelihoods for millions of people worldwide. Overfishing and habitat destruction threaten this balance and reduce ocean biodiversity significantly over time. Biodiversity also supports natural pest control, reducing the need for harmful chemical pesticides in agriculture. Birds, insects, and other predators help maintain population balance in natural ecosystems effectively. Without these natural controls, pests can multiply rapidly and damage crops and vegetation severely. Biodiversity ensures that ecosystems remain self-sustaining and less dependent on human intervention systems. Decomposition is another vital process, supported by biodiversity, recycling nutrients back into the environment. Fungi and bacteria break down dead organisms, maintaining soil fertility and ecosystem productivity. These processes are essential for maintaining life cycles within all natural ecosystems globally. Biodiversity also strengthens ecosystem recovery after natural disasters such as fires, floods, and storms. Diverse ecosystems recover faster because multiple species contribute to regeneration and rebuilding processes. Reduced biodiversity slows recovery and increases vulnerability to future environmental disturbances significantly. Conservation efforts aim to protect biodiversity and restore damaged ecosystems for future generations. What if the disappearance of a single species could quietly destabilize an entire ecosystem without anyone noticing at first? Biodiversity is the invisible structure that keeps ecosystems stable, productive, and resilient over time. Every living organism contributes to the balance that allows nature to function smoothly and efficiently. When biodiversity decreases, ecosystems lose essential connections that support life and environmental stability. These connections form complex networks where plants, animals, and microorganisms depend on each other. Without these relationships, ecosystems begin to weaken and struggle to sustain natural processes. Biodiversity ensures that energy flows properly through food chains in all ecological systems worldwide. Plants form the base of most ecosystems by producing energy through photosynthesis and supporting life. Herbivores depend on plants, and carnivores depend on herbivores, creating a balanced natural cycle. If one level in this chain is disrupted, the entire system can become unstable quickly. Biodiversity provides multiple pathways for energy flow, making ecosystems more flexible and resilient. This flexibility allows ecosystems to survive environmental changes, such as droughts or temperature shifts. Soil biodiversity is essential for maintaining fertility and supporting agricultural and natural plant growth systems. Microorganisms break down organic matter, releasing nutrients that plants need to grow and thrive. Without these organisms, soil would become less productive and unable to support healthy vegetation. Biodiversity also helps regulate natural cycles like the water cycle, carbon cycle, and nitrogen cycle. These cycles are essential for maintaining environmental balance and sustaining life on Earth. Forests with high biodiversity store more carbon and help reduce global climate change impacts. Trees and plants absorb carbon dioxide, helping regulate Earth's atmospheric conditions naturally over time. Ocean biodiversity plays a similar role by absorbing carbon and regulating global temperature patterns. Coral reefs, mangroves, and marine ecosystems support thousands of species while protecting coastlines. These ecosystems act as natural barriers against storms, floods, and coastal erosion events. Biodiversity ensures that ecosystems can recover after disturbances such as fires or natural disasters. Diverse ecosystems have multiple species that contribute to regeneration and ecological rebuilding processes. In contrast, low biodiversity ecosystems recover slowly and are more vulnerable to collapse. Genetic diversity within species increases their chances of survival under changing environmental conditions. This variation allows species to adapt to diseases, climate shifts, and other survival challenges. Without genetic diversity, populations become weaker and more susceptible to extinction risks. Biodiversity also supports pollination, which is essential for food production and ecosystem health globally. Bees, birds, and insects transfer pollen, enabling plants to reproduce and produce fruits and seeds. Without pollinators, many plant species and agricultural crops would fail to survive effectively. Biodiversity ensures natural pest control, reducing the spread of harmful insects in ecosystems. Predators help maintain balance by controlling populations of species that could otherwise grow uncontrollably. This natural regulation prevents ecosystem imbalance and protects resources from overuse or depletion. Wetlands rich in biodiversity filter water naturally and maintain high water quality systems. These ecosystems also provide habitat for many species and protect against flooding events. Loss of biodiversity in wetlands leads to water pollution and ecological instability over time. Marine biodiversity supports global fisheries, which provide food and income for millions of people. overexploitation and habitat destruction threaten this balance and reduce marine life diversity significantly. Biodiversity also plays a role in medicine, as many drugs originate from natural organisms. Plants, fungi, and microorganisms have provided treatments for diseases that save human lives globally. Scientists continue to explore biodiversity to discover new medical solutions and biological compounds. Ecosystems with high biodiversity are more productive because resources are used efficiently by multiple species. Different organisms occupy different ecological roles, reducing competition and improving ecosystem performance. Biodiversity also supports decomposition, recycling nutrients back into ecosystems for reuse by plants. Fungi and bacteria break down dead material, maintaining soil health and ecosystem sustainability. Without decomposition, ecosystems would accumulate waste and lose their ability to support life. Biodiversity strengthens ecological stability by providing redundancy in ecosystem functions. What will happen to future generations if we fail to protect the biodiversity that sustains all life on Earth today? Biodiversity is the final thread holding together the stability of ecosystems across the entire planet. Without it, ecosystems would slowly lose their ability to support life in all its forms. Every species, no matter how small, contributes to the survival of the natural world around us. The disappearance of even one species can create unexpected and lasting ecological consequences over time. Biodiversity ensures that ecosystems remain balanced, adaptable, and capable of self-repair after disturbances. Healthy ecosystems depend on continuous interaction between plants, animals, and microorganisms working together. These interactions create a living system that supports energy flow and nutrient recycling naturally. When biodiversity is strong, nature has multiple backup systems to maintain ecological stability. This redundancy is what allows ecosystems to survive environmental shocks and recover effectively. Forests, oceans, deserts, and wetlands all rely on biodiversity to maintain their unique functions. Each ecosystem contributes to Earth's overall environmental health in a different but essential way. Biodiversity also plays a key role in regulating Earth's climate and atmospheric balance. Forests absorb carbon dioxide, while oceans store heat and regulate global temperature patterns naturally. Without biodiversity, these natural regulatory systems would become weak and less effective over time. Soil ecosystems rich in biodiversity support agriculture and ensure long-term food production for humanity. Microorganisms, fungi, and insects work together to maintain fertile and productive soil systems. Without them, agricultural systems would collapse, threatening global food security and human survival. Biodiversity also ensures clean water through natural filtration processes in rivers, lakes, and wetlands. These ecosystems remove pollutants and maintain water quality for both wildlife and humans. Loss of biodiversity leads to pollution buildup and degradation of essential freshwater resources. Marine biodiversity supports fisheries, coastal protection, and global ecological balance in the oceans. Coral reefs, mangroves, and seagrass beds are vital habitats for countless marine organisms. These ecosystems are extremely sensitive and require strong biodiversity to remain healthy and functional. Biodiversity also provides genetic resources that help species adapt and evolve over time. Genetic variation increases resilience, allowing species to survive diseases and environmental changes effectively. Without this variation, species become fragile and more likely to face extinction risks. Pollinators supported by biodiversity are essential for global food production and ecosystem survival. Bees, butterflies, and birds ensure reproduction of flowering plants and agricultural crops worldwide. Their decline directly threatens ecosystems and human food systems across the globe. Biodiversity also supports natural pest control, reducing reliance on harmful chemical pesticides. Predators and natural enemies keep insect populations balanced within healthy ecosystems naturally. This balance prevents outbreaks that could destroy crops and natural vegetation systems. Ecosystem resilience depends on biodiversity to recover after natural disasters and environmental changes. Diverse ecosystems rebuild faster because multiple species contribute to regeneration processes. Low biodiversity systems struggle to recover and often face long-term ecological damage. Human activities continue to be the greatest threat to biodiversity across the planet. Deforestation, pollution, climate change, and urban expansion destroy habitats and reduce species diversity. Conservation efforts are essential to reverse these trends and protect remaining ecosystems. Protected areas and national parks help preserve biodiversity for future generations. Environmental laws and global cooperation are needed to ensure long-term ecological sustainability. Education plays a powerful role in spreading awareness about the importance of biodiversity. When people understand nature's value, they are more likely to protect and respect it. Sustainable living practices reduce environmental harm and support biodiversity conservation worldwide. Indigenous communities often serve as guardians of biodiversity through traditional ecological knowledge. Their practices demonstrate how humans can live in harmony with nature sustainably. Ecotourism promotes biodiversity conservation while supporting local economies and environmental awareness. Healthy ecosystems attract tourism, which encourages protection of natural environments and wildlife. Biodiversity also has cultural and spiritual importance in many societies around the world.